Hi guys, welcome to my page Way We Move by Zarin Delmar. Today we're gonna talk about running techniques, gait, biomechanics in the context of running. Running is the most affordable movement. Like when I moved to US, I've just noticed that so many people of different ages are running. In the morning, in the evening, we've been told that we need at least 8,500 steps per day. And if you live in California, in any of the states with very low walking score, you need to try to make these 8,500 steps at least, and that's why many folks are running. And wow, there are lots of videos, free content about running, how to prepare your body to running, how to make these traditional running exercises. You need to work on your hips, on your thighs, you need to work on your core. But what I see from the marathon runners, just not elite athletes, just recreational fitness guys, I see that even runners with good experience in running, they don't realize how everything in the body is connected with everything. You may have knee problems, you may have just ankle problems, pain in your foot, you may have hips problems, you may have back problems, and you don't know how to deal with it. You are approaching the massage therapies or any therapy which will work with your symptom. You have knee problem, this therapist will work with your knee. But you and every specialist who are not familiar with holistic approach forget that your knee problem may be because problem with your foot, maybe because of the mobility of your ankle, maybe because of the problem of your stiff pelvis, that it does not have full range of motion. To cut the long story short, you need, if you're a runner, you need to get familiar with the concept of tensegrity, tension and integrity. And you need to understand the gait biomechanics. What's happening with your pelvis when you walk and then you run? I will show you. This is my leg. I'm standing on one leg. This is my pelvis, neutral position of my pelvis. Do you see? Do you see? That's what's happening with my pelvis, with my spine, with my thighs, with my knee and ankle when I am walking. My pelvis goes around in 3 dimensions. Then my glutes, my core muscle are engaged. I'm pushing and I'm sending the leg forward. And then the same happening 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So if we split gait biomechanics, if we simplify it, what's happening? Your pelvis moves all around. You're making 8 figure. You're making 8 figure. What's happening with your thoracic spine? It rotates, it flexes, then it extends and rotates. And the same is with your pelvis. It makes posterior tilt, anterior tilt, posterior tilt, anterior tilt, and it makes rotation, being tilted posterior, being tilted anterior. What I recommend is, it's really hard. If you just imagine the just the whole engineering part of your gait biomechanics, you will see all these forces going up, going down, all these dimensions and axes in which your body moves, because you don't walk straight. You're always like a snake, like making 8 figures with your pelvis, making moves with your shoulder blades and your shoulder joints. You're all movable construction, and it's just unique, and you're gifted with these movements. Your joints are moving when you walk and run. Every joint, your fingers are moving, your toes are flexing and extending. Every part of your body is moving, and you should train in this manner, just to keep. You can work on isolation, just move joint after joint, but then you should work on integration. What I recommend, it was a long story, and I promise you to cut it short. I recommend to start your mobility routine before each running session with your pelvis. You make a shift, you make a tilt, you make a shift, you make a tilt, and just try to isolate your pelvis. Now my pelvis, like a bone structure, is floating within my fascia. It is floating like in the sea of fascia, or in the sea of this internal tissue. You know that fascia, you keep going, you keep doing this move. You know that your fascia is connecting all the internal organs, muscles, bones, but your fascia is keeping right balance, this alignment. It helps you to keep your shape, to keep your balance, to keep your structure. That's why imagine your pelvis, the isolation of your pelvis, moving, making these waves. Make waves with your pelvis. And you will see that my spine is also a movable structure. I can move, of course, thoracic spine is the most immovable. Your neck is movable because of your head, and your lumbar spine is less movable. Its position between thoracic spine and pelvis. Let's us move our lumbar spine with moving our pelvis and our T-spine. And you can do all the things you can do. Just draw figures, oval or round shape figures, then draw figures with your pelvis. Great. Then it's about mobility work, some mobility stuff, some fluidity stuff. How can you improve strength using mobility work? Mobility is not only about flexibility, about range of motion. You can work in mobility mode using weights. This is 12 kilos. What I can do? I can do the same. I can make lateral tilt and make a shift to the side. If this one, you have one supporting leg and the other one is a little bit, and you can do, so it's about 30% of your weight. 70% is on the standing leg. In my case, on my right leg. Wow. And you can do 10 reps using this one dimension, the frontal one. Just imagine that there is a wall behind me and I'm moving along the wall. I am shifting, I am tilting, and I'm doing the same on the other side. Bam! Because usually you're doing deadlifts, you're doing squats, and you do not use the frontal plane. You should use it. Then sagittal plane is easy. That's all hip hinges. That's all squats you can do. It's easy. Let's use frontal plane. And what's happening with our transverse plane? With the rotation, we lose our rotation. That's why we're gonna do this thing. Bam. Bam. I'm standing, I'm walking, making a step forward, and I'm just twisting, twisting my hip. Bam. The other side is the same one. Bam. So you can do a short mobility work. Then you can add some weight. This is only 12 kilos. Of course, you can keep alignment from your pelvis till the top of your head, and try to the same. Imagine your pelvis bone moving. Bam, 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 bam. Whew, there is an American Association of Sport, blah, 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 something. I don't remember actually the right name of this association. It tells us you need to train your body in the full range of motion. That means that you're telling your nervous system, we can go here, we can go here. It is safe. We can go everywhere. And you strengthen your joint in every angle. You strengthen and thickening ligaments, muscles around particular joint. And in case you're playing tennis or golf, in case you will put your shoulder bone in a position that it has never been, it will be okay, because your muscles, your ligaments, your tissue is ready for this unusual angle, for this unusual dimension, for this unusual plane. That's why we're working on our hips. If you run, if you fall, your body is ready, because we are working on integration. The main problem with vertically positioned human, we are walking, we're sitting, but we are totally disorganized. We don't have this crucial balance between our structures. And that's all about tissue, about your fascia. So if you're a runner, please pay attention to your body map. Pay attention to this deep work, body-mind connection. Pay attention to each of your joints, because when you are running, what is happening with your hands, with your shoulder joints? It makes full rotation. If you have never noticed what's happening with your shoulder blades, it goes down, forward, up, backward, and the same is happening in your shoulder joints. So you have your hip joints, you have your shoulder joints, and when you walk or you run, it's happening like this. You walk or run, it's happening like this. You always make rotation, you make these all moves in three planes. That's what I was going to talk about. So running technique, there is no running technique. You can run. Your body knows how to run, but your nervous system totally forgot what it is, the control of your bones, moving in your joints in all possible directions. Your nervous system, your brain doesn't have proper control. That's why you have to learn how to run. But our kids do not learn how to run. They just see the goal and they run, because this technique is within us. What do you have to do to regain control? Your nervous system has to regain control over your body. That's why you need to move on an everyday basis, joint after joint. That's what I'm talking about in all my 3D courses, in all my 3D programs, in my program Movement Snack, in my program 3D Full Body, in my program 3D Abs, Abdominal Muscles. It's easy. It's easy when you work on it on an everyday basis. So do it, simplify it, just play with your body. It's easy. It can go down, up. It's like you're like a sprint. You can sprint, you can fall. So just move, guys. Just move and stay with me.